Well, I may be 22, but I don't have a clue, 'cause I'm just a whittle boy. Hi, my name's Caleb Fry, and I'm just a whittle boy. So this is going to be the first episode of a show I'm going to be doing on my channel called I'm Just a Whittle Boy. And the reason it's called I'm Just a Whittle Boy is because I'm just going to be talking about shit. And I don't always have the answers. I'm not claiming that I am going to always be 100% right on whatever I'm going to be discussing, because I'm just a whittle boy. As you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about Dramageddon Part 2, the whole Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, Tati Westbrook, James Charles situation, Carmageddon, as some are calling it. So I'm just going to get this out there. I am a very big Shane Dawson fan, but I only started watching him during the, I guess it was not soon. It was like the year of the Jake Paul series. So one of my used to be friends got me kind of back into watching YouTube. And she showed me Shane Dawson, and one day I got bored and watched the TanaCon series. That's the first thing I watched. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, I am one of those people who never watched the Shane Dawson TV stuff. I've never seen any of the, like, Ranger, Bubba, come here. Yeah, I've never seen any of the racial jokes, the outlandish jokes he's made in context. I know Shane from the Shane that we have on YouTube now. I'd also like to state, obviously, I'm not black. I don't think that if you don't want to watch Shane because of those racial jokes he made in the past, that's fine. I'm not like promoting that you should just forgive Shane and that's it. But I don't get why this is still an issue. It's like out of nowhere, all of these past jokes get brought up and that he's apologized for already and that he hasn't done anymore. And that's what I don't get, is we're like judging someone on their past and not who they are now. If someone, this is a really radical example, but like say if someone was in the KKK and then 10 years later, they go on Oprah and they talk about how, like, hey, like, I got out of the KKK. That's a person that's kind of celebrated. Like, yeah, good for you. Like, you've changed from that monster you used to be, and that's amazing. But why don't we grant that same attitude? Because Shane has proven, none of us know him personally, but he doesn't do those jokes anymore. He doesn't act that way anymore. But we're still canceling him for that. And there is the Tati Westbrook stuff, which, like, I don't get. If that's why you're canceling him, then I don't really get that either, because we don't know anything. We know what Tati told us, and what Tati told us last time turned out to be the pinnacle of truth, right? So that's why I'm like, yeah, I'm not putting it off the table that Shane, helped orchestrate this. Maybe he did, and maybe he did some fucked up shit, to get views for his series or whatever, or get James to not release his palette or whatever. But we don't know that. That's just coming from Tati. And like, I'm sorry, I'm not just gonna trust this lady from making one video. What I really truly don't understand, and this shocked me, that, as sure it shocked everyone else, that Trisha Paytas made a video about this and like made sense, which Trisha Paytas doesn't normally ever do. But she made a really good point in that Tati made this video, the first one. She didn't, if you really love someone as she claims to love James, and you think they're having a serious issue in their life, wouldn't you go to them personally and talk to them about it? Why on earth would you make a public... I would maybe understand if she did do that and then made the video, because to like force his hand because she tried reasoning with him in person as a friend. But that's not what happened. That's not what she says is happening. She made that video. I don't care if I don't. So like her whole reasoning for why she made it and why she's not accountable for her actions is because, what she's saying is that Shane and Jeffrey gaslighted her into making this video. Okay. They gaslighted her by giving her this information, this about James. Okay, so if people are telling you this information about someone you love and it scares you and you want them to change, like she says she made the video basically because she wanted James to put down the phone and work on himself. If you're given this information that your amazing friend is doing all this bad shit, why wouldn't you confront them about it? Why wouldn't you say, hey, these people are telling me this about you. Why on earth would you go make a fucking YouTube video without talking to him about it? And then you're trying to claim that Shane did this he orchestrated this whole thing for his series. But the drama wasn't even in the series. Yes, it was in the trailer. But why would you go through the trouble of orchestrating an entire incredible real life drama and to use that to promote your videos and then you don't put it in the videos? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. You would go through all of that trouble to stir up all that to not use it for what you wanted to use it for. That doesn't make any sense to me. And I mean, he did get views from that drama because it was in the trailer, but people also gave him shit for not putting it in. And Shane, I think you'd be an idiot not to know that people are going to be upset you didn't put it in. And he didn't put it in because he felt that it was over with. You know how stupid it is to not include? It would be like a reality show, which like basically Shane's series or like a reality TV show. A reality show, like say, the Desperate Housewives or whatever, like the two main women, I don't watch Desperate Housewives, but the two main women fucking go at it and like attack each other in a restaurant. And, the show airs months later and they're like, we're not gonna put it in the series because that's old news. No. If Shane was this real like producer person who orchestrated this to get views, then it would have been in the series. That's my take. And listen, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I really don't know, but that's how I see it because that just doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm not just going to go and trust whatever Tati Westbrook says. Shane's like a whole accountability video I thought was like, why is this happening? And I found out after I watched that, because honestly, I don't pay attention to this drama shit usually. I'm just a big fan of Shane. And look, I recognize that I'm saying I'm a big fan of Shane. Of course, I have a huge bias towards Shane. So I want to make it very clear that I know that, and that that's a big reason why I'm kind of sticking up for him. But I'm not throwing it off the table that all this is true. It very well could be, I don't know. But that's the thing. That's what's making me kind of crazy about this, is that none of us know anything about this whole Tati situation. All we know is what Tati said in her little statement that her lawyers helped her write. I don't understand. And then I don't get why all of Shane's whole channel has been demonetized and his conspiracy palette is taken off Morphe for jokes that we've known about for 10 years or whatever, how long it's been. We've known about this. I knew about this when I started watching Shane. I found out from watching him that he made these awful jokes and that he was sorry about them. Like, is this news to people that Shane used to do this? I don't get why now, all of a sudden, he's being persecuted for it. This reminds me of the whole Kevin Hart situation with the Oscars, where if you don't know, Kevin Hart was hired to host the Oscars a couple years back, and someone went through his Twitter from years ago, literally years ago, and like found this tweet of him saying that if his son were gay, he would do something, I don't know. And they brought this up, and the Oscars fired him for this. And this is a joke that had been brought up in the past that he'd already apologized for, and hasn't made a joke like that since. And I was just like, why are we judging people for what they are in the past? Do you really think, if you're looking at someone's entire body of work and you find this problematic thing and you focus in on that one thing, what about the rest of it? None of that good stuff matters? And they've apologized for it, and they have proof. They have all of this other body of work that they've shown after that incident. They've learned their lesson. They don't do it anymore, and they understand. Do you really think Kevin Hart is homophobic? Do you really think Shane Dawson is racist? Like, I just don't understand. And I'm just like as curious as everyone. Like, I really want to hear from everyone. I want to know what Shane, and I'm sure like they're all, the reason Shane isn't saying anything, Jeffrey isn't saying anything, James isn't saying anything, is because like this has gotten to, I'm sure this has gotten to, they're all talking to their lawyers. That's the only reason I can see that they wouldn't say anything right away. Tati made it clear that she's pursuing legal action. So yeah, I'm sure all of their lawyers are like, this has gone past YouTube drama and become like an actual court case, which is just fucking insane. And I feel like Trisha said, I'm agreeing with Trisha Paytas, crazy. But I feel like, yeah, Tati, like you're a grown woman and you made a video, and I know she said in her video that she apologized to James in person and he wanted to be there with her and they're all good and that's all great. But in her video, she spent basically, from what I feel, she spent the whole time deflecting and making it out to be Shane and Jeffrey's fault that the video was made. You made the video without talking to James first. That's on you. And, people talk shit. I'm not saying it's right, but whatever fuck Jeffrey. I don't have any feelings on Jeffree Star. I don't have the same love for him like I do for Shane. But kind of same with Jeffrey. I'm not just going to take Tati's word for it. I'm not just going to cancel Jeffrey because of what Tati said. I need more information. But yeah, like she didn't, her whole video, I feel like was just her, because, okay, what bothered me too was that she said in the video that she stands by everything she said in the first Dramageddon video, in the Bi Sister video. She stands by it. And she agreed that she thought James Charles was getting a big head and ego or whatever. Okay, so either it's not both. You can't say you were gaslighted into making this video from all this false information you were fed, but you also stand by everything in the video. Those two don't go together. You can't have it. You can't say that you stand by everything you said and that also you were fed false information from evil people and coerced into making this video, but you also stand by the video. That doesn't make any sense to me. You can't have it both ways. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't look in just because Tati is the one who made the video. We shouldn't look into whatever happened behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, she didn't do a very good job of taking accountability that she did this to James at the end of the day. She didn't go talk to him in person like a real friend would. It's just fucked up. I just like, this all comes down to like cancel culture. And I was watching some video the other day, and they were saying that, someone was saying that cancel culture is, or saying that cancel culture is toxic is just an excuse for racism. What are you talking about? The problem with cancel culture, for me, okay, the problem with cancel culture is that what happened to Kevin Hart is the perfect example for me. What's wrong with cancel culture? Because you never let people learn. If we want to live in a better world, everyone's a part of this world. Cancel culture says it doesn't matter that you apologize. It doesn't matter that you've shown throughout time that you have changed and you've learned your lesson. That doesn't matter because you did something wrong. So now you're just done. You are gone. You should be wiped off the face of the earth because you did something wrong. If we can't allow people to learn from their mistakes, then what the fuck is the point of trying to let our voices be heard and educate people? Shouldn't that be the goal, is to change people's minds and hearts? Cancel culture doesn't allow people to change their minds and hearts because it's just, you did something wrong, bye. You're gone forever. And that's it. And that's the problem. Like, shouldn't we celebrate the fact that someone has learned their lesson? It's just crazy to me. Like, why instead of like bringing up like Shane's old jokes, instead of bringing them up and saying, hey, remember when Shane Dawson did this, and fucking attacking him, how about saying, hey, remember when Shane used to be like this, and isn't it amazing that he isn't anymore, and that people can change and learn and grow? And why don't we celebrate that? It blows my mind. But like I said, this is called I'm Just a Whittle Boy for a reason, because I'm never going to claim I'm 100% perfect and I have the perfect answer. So that's just my thoughts. And I want to hear what you guys think in the comments, and like or dislike this video. Yeah. See ya. 'Cause I'm just a whittle boy.